Well, tonight we continue our investigation into a very serious issue in Buffalo Public Schools: students verbally abusing their teachers.
And the school district says that it has programs now in place to help students with their social and emotional needs in hopes of stopping the problem. And there are many community organizations that are stepping up to help out. Channel 2's Jeff Preval has our story tonight in this Two on Your Side original.
School after school after school, teachers surveyed say they're often verbally abused by students. For example, at Duville-Porter, 83% of teachers agreed with that. At Burgard High, that number was at 93%. And at North Park Academy, 100% of teachers agreed. Last week, District Superintendent Kreiner Cash said there are programs in place to help students.
We have these after-school programs, when we have MBK programs, when we have summer school programs and Saturday school programs to our community schools, working on the psycho, social, and emotional behavior and development of our students.
There are also community groups such as the Community Health Worker Network of Buffalo assisting families to address the triggers that lead to student anger.
We've done a parent and student community health worker training program, which is a voluntary program. We've done it for the past 3 years.
Parents contact you and say, hey, you know, there's some things going on at home and we need your help. We
have parents and students along with district staff and community partners that can assist. So it's really about kind of creating a meeting, creating a table where we have all stakeholders there.
So it's a matter of talking about the issues at hand.
Right, in a way that's constructive and positive. So it's not about blame, right? A lot of our teachers don't come from the same communities and backgrounds that our students have.
The district says it also works with teachers to help them better understand how to communicate with students.
We're providing training for teachers in the area of trauma-informed care, in the area of restorative practices, in the area of classroom management and culturally and linguistically responsive teaching. So all parties are engaged here.
And of course, the data shows that the district still has a long way to go. Dr. Cass says by the end of the school year, he's looking to set up a town hall with community leaders to address verbal abuse in schools. And a lot of people have said to us on social media, they think that parents need to get more involved. Coming up at 6, you'll hear from a local parents group about this issue. Live in the studio, I'm Jeff Preval, Channel 2 News.
You got it, Jeff. Thank you.